weekend marked the 1-year anniversary of an event that will live in infamy. At least from my own personal point of view. My 10-year high school reunion. I'd like to think every class reunion has that one drunk person who runs amok. Telling people he went to the high school even though he didn't. Tossing crab rangoon over the Chinese buffet and nearly knocking over a lotto machine. Incidentally, that man was my husband. I suppose the evening was doomed from the start. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and all we had to eat that day were turkey sandwiches. That was rookie mistake number 1. An evening such as this called for some serious stomach lining, and I ain't talking poultry. Also, in my husband's defense, he only knew about 3 people there. It turns out all 3 of them wanted to buy him shots of Jägermeister. I had a pretty small graduating class. Though as I mingled that night in the crowd of familiar faces, it seemed I somehow kept losing track of my husband. I felt bad about this, but I figured he'd be fine. He's a friendly guy. He knows people. He can hold his own. Where did he go again? Oh, look, there he is. So-and-so's husband's talking with him. That's nice. Look, they're doing shots together. How fun. He's making friends. It was right around this time that my husband started to get very, very drunk. Okay, come to think of it, everybody seemed to be getting pretty wasted that evening. High school reunions are surreal. You kind of need to get a little buzzed. But it was good to see so many old friends. Some of them asked me that dreaded question if I made it to Broadway. I told them I wasn't on Broadway, but I lived about 8 subway stops away. That statement may have been funny if it wasn't so pathetic. At least I'd finally married my college sweetheart, though. I was married to my handsome, adorable tenor sax player who, come to think of it, where had he gone off to now? Oh, there he was. He was mingling. He was mingling with that person who attended the reunion that hadn't technically gone to our high school. A lot of us remembered this guy from elementary school, but since he hadn't attended high school with us, nobody really quite knew why he was there. My husband was especially intrigued. Oh boy. Slurring ever so slightly, I heard my husband exclaim, "Come on, get a picture with this guy." I gave a nervous, okay, and went to stand next to my former classmate from elementary school. My husband shook his head. No, I want my picture with him." Oh dear, this was cutoff time. No more vodka tonics, no more shots of Jaeger. It was time to go home. I just had to say goodbye to a few people, and then we were leaving. Wait a minute, where's my husband? He was at the bar, and a female classmate was hugging him, apologizing over and over. I'm sorry. I immediately went over to perform damage control on whatever sad situation was in progress. The girl was distraught. I'm sorry, I don't even remember him. He went to school with us, and I can't even remember who he is. I feel awful. I glared at my husband, who was wearing a bemused, mischievous look. You don't remember who he is, actually, I said, because he didn't go to school with us. He's from California. It was so time to go home. But not before hubby banged into a nearby lotto machine, making the lights go off and causing it to emit a woo-woo, woo-woo sound. This was just after he decided to get some food to eat so he wouldn't get too drunk, and he was shoving crab rangoon into his mouth 4 at a time before throwing it clear across the room. Yes, that's right, there was flying crab rangoon at my high school reunion, provided by my husband. At one point, I feared the class clown turned state trooper was going to arrest him. My family found the entire situation to be highly entertaining. As for me, I was not amused, per se. The result of this evening? Hubby no longer does shots of any kind, and he's also unable to eat crab rangoon. The latter is especially sad. If I could leave you with some words of wisdom, I would say this. Never, ever leave your partner or spouse alone at a function where they don't know anyone. Even if they're the friendly type, there's a very good chance the awkwardness may lead to binge drinking. Or crab rangoon throwing. Also, eat first.
So kiss me.